Welcome to the Raven Space on YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space Daily, where we talk about Baltimore Ravens news every single weekday. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm super excited to talk to you guys about a lot of things. First, we're going to talk about Manuel starting for the Raiders. We're going to talk about the offensive line issues and what John Harbaugh had to say about it. We're going to talk about the power rankings, and we're going to talk about the mailbag question. One of you guys changed my opinion. So we're going to get right into it. Please subscribe to Raven Space Please subscribe to Raven Space on YouTube if you're not yet subscribed. Also, a special shout out to our Patreon subscribers, because without you guys, none of this is possible. Thank you guys so much. Now we're going to go and get into the first topic of the day. It's about Manuel. He will be the starter against the Ravens. Derek Carr, who's a young up-and-coming quarterback who I think is very talented, will not be playing. And it's a nice break for the Ravens, but I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. It does not matter, because the defense is not the issue in Baltimore. The issue is not whether we could have stopped Derek Carr or not. The issue is, what are we going to do about our offense? Now, if Manuel was a middle linebacker, maybe I would feel a little bit, maybe there's a chance our offense would do well. But even if Manuel only scores 14 points with the pieces around him, because I do think that they have enough pieces to score 14 points even without Derek Carr. If you score 14 points, and God, if you score 21 points, this Ravens offense can't get that. If you don't turn the ball over and you score 21 points or 14 points, you won the game against this Ravens offense. If the defense doesn't get turnovers, the Ravens offense cannot score. We have seen that they cannot drive a field of 60 yards or more. If they don't start on our side of the 50, the good side of the 50, they cannot score. So even though Manuel won't be starting, I don't know if that's an issue. I really don't. I think that if they could, I could be out there for the Raiders, and if I can give it to Marshawn Lynch 30 times and throw some quick slants to, Amari Cooper, and we can score 14 points, then there's a big chance that the Ravens can't beat you right now. And it sucks to say that, because I love the Ravens and I really like Joe Flacco, but it's rough on offense right now. It's not just Joe Flacco, but I don't think this offense can score points. It's sad, but it's the truth. Let me know if you guys disagree in the comments below. Again, on every topic, comment below. I really would appreciate it. Now we're going to move on to the second topic of the day, and it talks about the offensive line issues. In an interview, John Harbaugh made a statement that there are many issues on the offense, and one of them is the fact that they're not protecting Joe Flacco. And again, this is going to remain an issue, because the offensive line is just not talented enough. And it's not a position thing. You can't just shift these players around. It's not let's do a different scheme thing, which they thought it was when they switched from the zone run scheme to the man run scheme. It's a talent thing. It's a injury thing as well. So it's not just talent, because the Ravens didn't. These are not the players that the Ravens thought they were going to have. They thought they were going to have Marshall Yonda. They thought they were going to have Alex Lewis. They thought they were going to have John Urschel, which would have made a difference. Right now, we have the worst offensive line in the league, in my opinion. If we had all those players, we might have, a 15, number 15, right? Which is enough to win games. They can do it. Now, is it just the O-line? No, there's other things. But the O-line is a big part. And I know you guys have hammered me. And even my own mama, okay? She don't like Joe Flacco. And she hammers me and says, you stick up for Joe Flacco too much. I understand, but sorry, guys, the Raven Space community. Sorry, mama. It's not just Joe. Now, the offensive line needs to improve, but there won't be a thing that happens this year. So, me, personally, I'm starting to get worried for the Ravens. I would love for us to win the Super Bowl, and then hundreds of people want to see the Ravens news and come to my channel. But that's just not what's going to happen in my heart. I don't feel that. So, the O-line has issues that John Harbaugh said, but I think it's a little bit more than that. I think that the issues go deeper than that, and I'll talk about that more in the mailbag, so please stay to the end of the episode. And now we're going to go to topic number 3, which talks about the power rankings and what's happened to the Ravens. Again, 2 weeks ago, before the Jacksonville game, we were a team that was number 10 on ESPN's power rankings. The Bleacher Report has even higher than that. And now we're number 23, number 26. I mean, the drop has been so bad, and I understand the drop. I will usually say, oh, they're over exaggerating, they're overdoing this, they're overdoing that. But you guys saw it. If we don't get 5 turnovers, we can't win football games. And to ask a defense to get 5 turnovers is a lot, right? Even though the Steelers scored 26 points on us, the defense played very, very well. They got an interception that was going to be a pick 6. They played great defense. Le'Veon Bell really didn't burst until late in the game, where they just kept on giving him the ball. Ben Roethlisberger didn't have any big plays really. And if Joe Flacco hits that pass to Perryman, it's a different game, but he didn't. So I just think that I'm thinking sorry. I think the low 20s number is really where the Ravens are. I really do think that, and it's sad for me and it's sad for my heart. Let me know where you guys think the Ravens should be ranked in the power rankings, because right now I'm not feeling too good about my favorite football team in the world. You guys should let me know how you guys think as well. So we're going to move on to my favorite segment. It's going to get me happier. It's the mailbag question of the day. You guys can join this show, join this segment by sending in questions to mailbag@theravenspace.com. I want to thank you guys so much for sending in emails, and you can be just like Blue Broski Peep, who sent in this question. Do you think if we get a new receivers coach, we'll be able to improve the offense a little bit? And I think this is a great question, Blue, because even John Harbaugh says himself. There's a lot of things that if you watch a football game that you can see. You can see that the receivers are not getting open. But you don't really know the extent of it until you watch the game tape, the film, which I have watched, which I can watch. And it is bad. They're not getting open for Joe. The combination of not getting open, offensive line play, and then when they are open, Joe Flacco not being able to make those throws, those are hurting the Ravens. And bro, you are 100% correct in that. However, I have come under a new mind frame. When I last episode, and I said that in the question, hey, I would blame Marty Mortonwig first. And then a YouTube subscriber, Jamar, thank you, Jamar, for watching. I see you watch a lot. I appreciate it. He said in the comments, because I do read your comments, Jason, that's bull. That's bull. How can you, defend John Harbaugh when John Harbaugh made the decision to hire him? And this is kind of how I feel about this question too. Jamar was right. It's on John Harbaugh. I think that John Harbaugh makes the decisions, right? Anything that goes wrong with the Ravens space, I feel like it's my fault, even if I didn't do it, right? But it has to be the same for the Ravens. John Harbaugh is the blame here. Either John Harbaugh has to make that move, Blue, and get rid of the receivers coach, who is right now Bobby Ingram, or you go get rid of Marty and you get another offense coordinator to bring in his people, because this offense is not working. And I would like to blame it on the receivers coach, but it's deeper than that. The receivers coach isn't responsible for, the offensive line not being able to do their thing. The receivers coach isn't responsible for Joe Flacco missing Brashad Perriman wide open. So there's a lot of issues. Receiving is one. They're not getting open. And there are times like Mike Wallace, who complains about not getting the football, and when the football is thrown to him directly in his chest, he drops it. That did happen. So it's a lot of things. This offense is just not humming. It's sad. It sucks. I'm sorry about it, but it starts with John Harbaugh, and I think that Bashadi, I don't know if he should fire him, but he should think about it, because the way this team is playing is not acceptable, especially since they raised their ticket prices. I want you to at least be competitive at home. I at least want you to have the Ravens fans feeling like they can win the game. And right now, I do not feel like if I went to a home game against a team that could score more than 14 points, that the Ravens can win that game. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know your feelings in the comments below. Also, check out our new store where we got phone cases and t-shirts and everything. So check it out. We add more things every single week, so please check it out. And it's a way that you can support us without becoming a Patreon member. But if you want to do the ultimate form of support, get all your videos early, get no ads in your videos, please check out our Patreon in the description below. Thank you guys so much, and go Ravens.